Senior meteorologist Kristi Gordon joins us now with more on the new wind concerns for that area. Kristi.
Chris, the red flag warnings have been in effect for close to a week now, and they've just extended it right through until 6 p.m. on Friday. Now, a red flag warning indicates that there's a potential for rapid fire spread as well as in extreme fire behavior. And it's because of the strong winds that they're continuing to see through the region. They're outflow winds, where in all of these areas, they'll likely see winds range from 60 to 90 kilometers an hour. But look at this. They've highlighted 3 areas that they're primarily concerned about. They're calling it particularly dangerous situation, where in these areas the gusts could reach 112 kilometers an hour. Now that's lower than what they saw last week, but it's still approaching hurricane strength winds. And in these areas it is extremely dry, and the winds are expected to come from the northeast, pushing these fires a little bit more towards these areas. So Malibu a concern, all the way over towards Ventura as well. And Chris, there's still no rain in the forecast as far as we can see. Incredible.
Yeah, it really is. Okay, thank you, Kristi. Okay, let's check back in with Kristi and get a look at what we can expect in the weather this week. Frosty morning today, Kristi.
Yeah, and it certainly felt cooler today, Chris, too, because of the cloud cover, although we were right where we should be in terms of temperature today, 5-6 degrees, and that's what we're expecting over the next little while. You know, the pattern that we've been talking about is we really don't have any significant change as far as we can see, despite the fact that we have transitioned into La Nina. So we have a cooler air mass on the way for sort of later this week, but still no significant rain other than Thursday. So here's a look at what we're anticipating. A little bit of cloud cover across southern BC tomorrow. The focus of the rain will be across the central coast, though, but otherwise most areas will clear skies over the next little while at night. And that's why temperatures at night will drop down close to the freezing mark, and you'll feel the chill in the air, certainly in the morning hours. Through the Fraser Valley, it may drop down to -2, in Metro Vancouver down to 0. So a cool, frosty start to the day, but bright in the afternoon for the next 2 days. Thursday, that chance of showers in the forecast, Chris, but we come out of it Friday and Saturday into the weekend with some sunshine once again. So we're continuing on with this trend of pretty nice weather, that's for sure.
Yeah, cold but bright. Thanks very much, Kristi.
With me now is Global News meteorologist Kristi Gordon. Kristi, walk us through what those red flag warnings about the wind mean.
Donna, red flag warnings mean that there is the potential for rapid fire spread as well as extreme fire behavior because of strong winds. So all of these areas are highlighted in red or under a red flag warning. It has been extended to 6 p.m. on Friday, meaning that we're anticipating strong winds on and off for the next several days, with winds ranging from 60 to 90 kilometers an hour and extremely low relative humidity. Residents in these areas are being urged to avoid any kind of ignition source, but officials are particularly concerned about these 3 areas highlighted in pink. They are concerned particularly dangerous situations. So it is from tonight, Tuesday at 4 a.m. right through until Wednesday at 12 p.m. where these areas have locally damaging winds in the forecast, with gusts potentially up to 112 kilometers an hour. That is a little bit less than what we saw last week, but it's still approaching hurricane strength winds, and the relative humidity is expected to range from 8 to 15%. So incredibly dry in these areas. So it extends from the Hearst fire over towards Ventura, the I-5 corridor just north of the Hearst fire, as well as the Malibu region. The winds are expected to be out of the northeast, which is slightly different from last week. It was more northerly last week, and so thus the direction of that fire spread. Now, it's not until Friday that we're going to see a more significant change, where we have possible onshore flow, more cloud cover, and cooler temperatures. And Donna, we still have no significant rain in the forecast as far as we can see.
All right, Global News meteorologist Kristi Gordon, thank you.
We'll get straight to senior meteorologist Kristi Gordon for more on this new wind threat. Kristi.
Chris, it's been close to a week of red flag warnings, and now they've extended it even further all the way through till 6 p.m. on Friday, and it extends across all of these areas where we're still dealing with strong outflow winds and tinder dry conditions, and the potential for new ignitions is certainly a threat. A red flag warning means that rapid fire growth is possible, and there's the potential for extreme fire behavior. But the officials have highlighted these 3 areas as particularly dangerous situation because The gusts in these areas could be locally damaging, up to 112 kilometers an hour. Now, that's lower than what they saw last week, but it's approaching hurricane strength winds right in and around these fires. And these are going to be a northeasterly wind and pushing these fires more towards the west. So areas like Fillmore, Ventura, and in the Malibu area, certainly a concern. And Chris, we have no rain in the forecast as far as we can see. So this is certainly a concern well into the week. Back to you.
Still hoping for the best for everybody down there, Kristi. Thanks. We'll check in a little bit later. It's been a pretty mild winter so far, but we do have some chilly nights coming up. Kristi has the details now. Clear nights, too.
Yeah, chilly, clear nights. That's right. So it's going to feel a little bit more like winter, although we don't have any snow in the forecast still for areas of lower elevation. January full moon, we had a time-lapse shot shared with us from our amazing cameraman, Pat Bell. So thanks to Pat Bell for that. The January full moon, by the way, is called a wolf moon, and it occurred officially earlier this morning. All right, let's talk a little bit about this long-range forecast that Chris was mentioning. We have cooler conditions in the forecast where temperatures as we head into the weekend are going to drop, and you'll especially feel the chill in the air at night where temperatures are going to be below freezing. But in terms of any substantial moisture when that happens, we really don't have it. We are going to see the ridge of high pressure be blocking any of the moisture from moving in. The one chance for rainfall will be on Thursday, but overall the trend is staying dry. So here's a look. Tomorrow the main focus of the rainfall will be across the central coast in the morning, and then it will shift further north in the afternoon up towards the north coast region. Meanwhile, the interior regions in southern BC will remain dry. Yes, we'll see cloud cover at times, and particularly for the south coast, we'll see cloud cover in the morning with foggy conditions. For those of you in the central interior, though, slight chance of an isolated shower or a risk of freezing rain. That's the central interior right down through the Cariboo region. Bright skies in through the southern interior regions, and for Vancouver Island, a little bit of cloud and drizzle in the morning, brighter in the afternoon, but a mix of sun and cloud expected in the afternoon for Vancouver. And we are expecting frost the next couple of mornings, so give yourself extra time to scrape the windshield. There's a chance of showers on Thursday, but overall we're expecting sunshine and cooler conditions as we head into the weekend. Tonight's weather window for you is coming to you from Mission, but I actually had a hard time deciding on this one or this one because they were so similar and both so beautiful.
Yeah, tough to pick between the two of them. Thanks. Both great photos. All right, thanks, Kristi.
You're welcome. I have to say, though, that last photo, for some reason, the actual photo was incorrect. So I have to look at maybe I'll bring it to you at the end of the show. Sorry.
I do remember that one from last week, right? We had it last week, didn't we? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I got it. Okay, Squire's here, getting settled in for a look at sports.
Yes. Skytrain cars that have spent almost 40 years doing the same will soon catch a break.
Having something that's historic that we can have reference to
with the original SkyTrain branding outside and yet have art on the inside, I think it's the ultimate win-win.
Kylie Stanton, Global News.
Good luck to them and all the applicants trying to figure out what to do with those old Mark I cars. Okay, we have a weather window make good. You found the other photo here, Kristi?
Yeah, so I got rid of last week's one, and here's Alan Walker's photo from this morning in Coquitlam. The fog creating some beautiful scenes as it makes its way through the trees, as you can see with the sunlight there. So thanks, Alan, for that one. All right, 5-day forecast is showing terrific conditions. We do have a chance of showers on Thursday, but it is going to be cooler this weekend. So make sure you keep your winter coat handy because you'll need it.
Extra blankets, too. That's chilly overnight. Thanks very much, Kristi, and thanks, everybody, for watching. Hope you have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.